Welcome to Scripture Spheres. Our primary reference comes from the book of Genesis, specifically Genesis 6:1-4. This passage sets the stage for the Great Flood and introduces us to the enigmatic figures known as the Nephilim. When human beings began to increase in number on the earth and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. Then the Lord said, "My spirit will not contend with humans forever, for they are mortal. Their days will be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown." This passage raises several questions. Who were the sons of God? Who were the Nephilim? And what impact did they have on the world? The identity of the sons of God has been debated among scholars and theologians. There are three primary interpretations: fallen angels. The most popular interpretation is that the sons of God were fallen angels who descended to earth and took human wives. This view is supported by the Book of Enoch, an ancient Jewish text, which elaborates on the fall of these angels and their unions with human women, descendants of Seth. Another interpretation suggests that the sons of God were the righteous descendants of Seth, Adam's third son, who intermarried with the daughters of Cain, the sinful lineage. Powerful human rulers. Some scholars believe that the sons of God were powerful human rulers or kings who claimed divine right to take any women they desired. While each interpretation has its merits, the fallen angel theory is the most widely accepted, primarily due to its detailed explanation in the Book of Enoch and its resonance with ancient Jewish and early Christian traditions. The term Nephilim is often translated as giants, though its exact meaning remains unclear. The root of the word Nephilim is NPL, which means to fall, leading some to interpret Nephilim as the fallen ones. Genesis describes the Nephilim as heroes of old, men of renown, indicating that they were not only physically imposing, but also possessed great strength and notoriety. Their hybrid nature, being part human and part divine, may have contributed to their legendary status. The Book of Enoch, though not included in the canonical Bible, provides extensive details about the fallen angels and their offspring. According to Enoch, a group of 200 angels, known as the Watchers, descended to earth on Mount Hermon. These angels, led by a chief named Semyaza, took human wives and fathered the Nephilim. Enoch goes on to describe the Nephilim as giants who brought chaos and destruction to the earth. They taught humanity forbidden knowledge, such as weapon-making and sorcery, leading to widespread corruption and violence. This escalation of evil is one of the reasons cited for God's decision to cleanse the earth with the Great Flood. The presence of the Nephilim had a profound impact on the ancient world. Their existence is often linked to the moral decay and increased violence that prompted God's judgment through the flood. Genesis 6:5-7 states, "The Lord saw how great the wickedness of the human race had become on the earth, and that every inclination of the thoughts of the human heart was only evil all the time. The Lord regretted that he had made human beings on the earth, and his heart was deeply troubled. So the Lord said, I will wipe from the face of the earth the human race I have created, and with them the animals, the birds and the creatures that move along the ground, for I regret that I have made them." This passage highlights the extent of human depravity influenced by the Nephilim and their angelic fathers. It underscores the gravity of the situation that led to the flood, a divine reset for humanity. Interestingly, the Bible mentions the Nephilim again after the flood, suggesting that their influence persisted. Numbers 13:32-33 recounts the report of the Israelite spies sent to scout the land of Canaan. And they spread among the Israelites a bad report about the land they had explored. They said, "The land we explored devours those living in it. All the people we saw there are of great size. We saw the Nephilim there, the descendants of Enoch come from the Nephilim. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them." This passage indicates that the Israelites encountered individuals of great stature, reminiscent of the pre-flood Nephilim. The mention of the descendants of Enoch, known as the Anakim, further supports the idea that remnants of the Nephilim lineage survived. The story of the Nephilim has far-reaching theological and cultural implications. It raises questions about the nature of sin, the boundaries between the divine and human realms, and the consequences of transgressing those boundaries. sin, and judgment. The tale of the Nephilim underscores the seriousness of sin and its impact on humanity. The union of fallen angels with human women is portrayed as a major transgression that led to widespread corruption and necessitated divine intervention through the flood. Divine-human interaction. The existence of the Nephilim challenges the boundaries between the divine and human realms. It presents a scenario where the divine beings directly interact with and influence human affairs, leading to profound consequences. Cultural myths and legends. The concept of half-divine, half-human beings is not unique to the Bible. Similar stories appear in various cultures and mythologies, such as the Greek Titans and the Sumerian Apkallu. These parallels suggest a common human fascination with the idea of beings who bridge the gap between the mortal and the divine. Another significant text that provides insights into the Nephilim is the Book of Jubilees, also known as Little Genesis. This ancient Jewish text, which is part of the pseudepigrapha, offers a detailed account of the events leading up to the flood. According to Jubilees, the angels who sinned taught humans various illicit arts, including the use of herbs and magic spells. The offspring of these unions, the Nephilim, are described as being extremely large and powerful, causing great destruction on the earth. Their violent nature and insatiable appetite led to further moral and ecological degradation, which in turn prompted divine intervention. The Book of Jubilees complements the narrative found in Genesis and the Book of Enoch, reinforcing the idea that the Nephilim were a major factor in the escalation of human wickedness and the subsequent divine judgment. The Watchers, as described in the Book of Enoch, play a crucial role in the story of the Nephilim. These angels were originally tasked with observing humanity, but they eventually chose to rebel against their divine mandate. Their decision to take human wives and share forbidden knowledge marks a significant departure from their intended purpose. The actions of the Watchers highlight the theme of rebellion against divine order, a recurring motif in biblical literature. Their fall from grace serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of disobedience and the corrupting influence of power and knowledge. The mention of giants in the land of Canaan provides further evidence of the enduring legacy of the Nephilim. In addition to the Anakim, other groups of giants mentioned in the Bible include the Rephaim, the Zamzummim, and the Emim. These tribes are often depicted as formidable adversaries encountered by the Israelites during their conquest of the Promised Land. Deuteronomy 2:10-11 and 2:20-21 describe the Emim and the Zamzummim as great and numerous people, tall like the Anakim. These passages suggest that the memory of the Nephilim and their offspring persisted long after the flood, influencing the narratives and fears of the ancient Israelites. Beyond the canonical books of the Bible, apocryphal and pseudepigraphal texts offer additional perspectives on the Nephilim. These writings, while not considered part of the official biblical canon, provide valuable insights into the beliefs and traditions of early Jewish and Christian communities. The Book of Giants, part of the Dead Sea Scrolls, is one such text. It expands on the story of the Nephilim, describing their violent behavior and the subsequent divine punishment. The giants, aware of their impending doom, experience dreams and visions predicting their destruction. This text emphasizes the moral corruption and inevitable downfall of the Nephilim, reinforcing the themes found in Genesis and Enoch. In Christian theology, the Nephilim are often seen as a symbol of the ultimate rebellion against God, embodying the dangers of transgressing divine boundaries. Their tale serves as a reminder of the consequences of sin and the importance of adhering to God's commandments. Thanks for exploring the mysterious world of the Nephilim with us. If you enjoyed this dive into biblical lore, don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating insights into ancient texts and religious history.